and good afternoon. Welcome into episode number 2 of women's basketball. I'm recapping the Crossroads League, and we have a lot to dive into here in this second episode. And if you watched my videos last week, we recapped the first several games of conference play last week, and last week I also talked about the men's side last Friday. There's really a lot to talk about with that, so make sure to tune in tomorrow for that video that I will be uploading tomorrow afternoon, recapping the last 2 men's games in the Crossroads League. A lot of good stuff has been going on, so make sure that you stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel or like this video if you would be interested in me doing more content just like this. So starting out with last Wednesday, of course, I recapped last time. Last week I recapped last Wednesday, and I also recapped last Saturday's game, I just recapped the 4th and the 8th games last week. So we're going to recap games last Saturday and just last night in this women's video, and of course I'll be doing that as well on the men's side coming up tomorrow. So again, please like this video or subscribe to my channel or leave me a comment down below if you would be interested in me doing these videos. Again, I plan on doing these weekly, uploading the women's side of things every Thursday and the men's side of things every Friday. So without further ado, let's dive in. Let's recap last Saturday's games, and there were a lot of exciting games last week. And starting first with Goshen College Maple Leafs at the Taylor Trojans. Goshen came back, rallied from a 16-point deficit to defeat Baylor University Trojans by a final score of 62-60. And with that win, Goshen went to 9-7 overall, 3-4 in the Crossroads League, while Taylor dropped to 5-12 overall, 0-7 in the Crossroads League. And the big scores for that game for Goshen were Cyan Mohammed, 9 of 12 shooting, 9 rebounds, 4 blocks, 2 steals. Zion Neat, 6 of 16 shooting, 2 of 7 from beyond the arc, 3 rebounds. Senior Ava Licklider, 3 of 9 shooting, 4 of 6 from the line, 4 assists, and 4 steals. Goshen as a team that game shot 43% from the field, 33 from 3, and just 53% from the free throw line. And meanwhile, for the Taylor Trojans, they had a lot of offensive production from senior Kendall Wayne, 3 of 4 shooting, 1 of 1 from 3, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. But a couple of the big storylines in that game for Taylor was Whitney Warfel, 8 of 18 shooting, 1 of 5 from 3, 4 rebounds. Quinn Kelly, 3 of 8 shooting, 1 of 1 from 3, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. And Taylor as a team shot 42% from the field, so slightly down from what Goshen shot at 43%. Taylor shot 42%. Taylor was worse, though, from three-point range at 26.7%. Goshen was at 33.3%. And Taylor slightly better at the free throw line, 8 of 13 for 61.5%. Recapping the next game on the agenda last Saturday, the Bethel University Pilots visited the Grace College Lancers. This was a big upset. Bethel defeated Grace 77-64. That was Bethel's first win against the Grace College Lancers in 9 years. So that was super impressive, and it all came behind sharpshooter freshman Olivia Nickerson, 8 of 16 shooting, which was all from three-point range, 2 rebounds. And Jasmine Smith had 6 rebounds. Hannah Ruddle, 6 rebounds as well, 5 assists. Gracie Lambs, 4 of 8 shooting, 4 of 7 from 3, 5 assists, 3 steals. Bethel as a team shot 46 from the field, 48 from 3, 86 at the free throw line. Grace shot slightly worse, 44% from the field, 44 from 3, and just 70 at the free throw line. The biggest offensive player for Grace in this particular game was a couple. Kenzie Ryman, sister of Grace College, greatest of all time, at least in the last 4 to 5 years. Maddie Ryman, sister Kenzie, who's a senior this year, 4 of 7 shooting, 3 of 5 from beyond the arc. Peyton Murphy, another senior this year. Peyton, 5 of 6 shooting, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 2 rebounds for Grace in that one. And with the win in that one, Bethel went to, actually it doesn't say the record, so I apologize for that. And then in the next recap from last Saturday, this was a big one. Number 10, and I mentioned the update, I would talk about the updated top 25 polls as those polls came out yesterday morning and ranked in the Crossroads League. I'll just talk about the Crossroads League ranked teams. Indiana Wesleyan remains number 2 in the country. They're on, well, I'll talk more about them in just a second. I don't want to speak too soon because I still have to recap their game from last Saturday and their game from last night as well. So Indiana Wesleyan remains number 2. St. Francis now up to number 10 in the country, and the Marian University Knights now number 17 in the country. So those are the 3 ranked teams in the Crossroads League. On the women's side, I'll be talking about the men's side tomorrow in that video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Last Saturday, St. Francis went to Indianapolis and handed Marian their first home loss and first loss as well in the Crossroads League. St. Francis won that game by a final score of 63-47. St. Francis, with that win, went to 16-1 overall, 6-1 in the Crossroads League. Marian fell to 13-4, 6-1 in the Crossroads League, and there were a lot of scores in this game that played really well. Cassidy Crawford, 5 of 12 shooting, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. Callie Gregory, 4 of 16 shooting, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. Chloe McKnight, 3 of 5 shooting, which was all from beyond the arc, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Julia Mantila, 6 of 11 shooting, 5 of 9 from beyond the arc, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. St. Francis shot 42 from the field, 44 from 4, 71 at the free throw line. Meanwhile, for Marian, just 35% from the field, 26% from 3, and 45 at the free throw line in that one. And then the next matchup from last Saturday, the Huntington University Foresters traveled to Spring Arbor to face off against the Cougars. Spring Arbor were victorious in that game by a final score of 75-70. Some big scores in that one. Liv Raby, the sophomore from Loveland, Ohio, 8 of 15 shooting, 6 rebounds. Senior Gabby Melby, 6 of 15 shooting, 2 of 6 from three-point range, 11 assists, 3 rebounds. So really impressive stats there. Kendall Yoakum, 4 of 11 shooting, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Huntington shot 41 from the field, 25 from 3, 69 at the free throw line. And meanwhile, for Spring Arbor, their big score in this game was senior Alana Nelson, 9 of 18 shooting, 8 of 8 from the free throw line, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, and 4 steals. Spring Arbor, 39 from the field, 33 from 3, and 76 at the free throw line. And then, number 2, Indiana Wesleyan traveled to Mount Vernon Nazarene to face off against the Cougars. Indiana Wesleyan victorious in a really hard-fought battle that Indiana Wesleyan started out really slow. They were down 20-10 early on and fought back by the end of the first quarter on an 8-0 run. And then when Indiana Wesleyan took the lead after that, they never looked back, even though Mount Vernon made it close a couple of times. But Indiana Wesleyan was able to maintain their lead, got a 10-point win, 76-66, and really impressive stats from Taylor Folkema, 15 of 26 shooting, 7 rebounds, 1 steal, 2 blocks, a career-high 31 points for Taylor Folkema in that game. So really impressive there. And she has played outstanding for the Lady Wildcats this year. And last year in Mount Vernon, she put up 26 points, so she did 5 points better this go-around. Lily Frazier had another good game, 6 of 15 shooting, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. Izzy Reed had 8 rebounds, 1 assist. Maddie Lawrence off the bench, 4 of 7 shooting, 2 of 4 from 3, 5 rebounds. Corin Grivey, 2 of 4 shooting off the bench, 2 of 3 from beyond the arc, 4 assists, 2 rebounds, and 2 steals. Indiana Wesleyan shot 45 from the field, 36 from 3, just 40% at the free throw line. Indiana Wesleyan only got to the free throw line 5 times in that game against Mount Vernon Nazarene. Meanwhile, for MVNU, that game's redshirt sophomore Teresa Maggio just went off. 10 of 16 shooting, 3 of 5 from 3, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. Emily Walker had a slow day scoring, only scored 2 points, but had 10 assists, 4 rebounds. And Mount Vernon shot 47 from the field, 41 from 3, just 42 of the line, 3 of 7. So both teams really did not get to the free throw line that much. So that is the recap of all of the games last Saturday. Now recapping the games from last night. And starting first with Marian and Mount Vernon, the Marian University Lady Knights traveled to Mount Vernon Nazarene to face off against the MVNU Cougars. Marian victorious in that game, 89-54, behind junior forward/center Abby McNally's 19-point performance, 13 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, 1 block. Sister Kylie McNally, 3 of 12 shooting, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 steals, 2 blocks. Madison Bailey, 4 of 8 shooting, 3 rebounds, 9 assists, and 4 steals. Kenna Kirby, 9 of 11 shooting, 5 rebounds, 3 steals as well. Marian, 49 from the field, 42 from 3, just 57% at the free throw line, so that's a little bit of a surprise stat at the line for the Knights. Meanwhile, for Mount Vernon, they did have a really good performance from quite a few players. Teresa Maggio, 5 of 10 shooting, and freshman Naomi Kaib, 4 of 9 shooting, so really, really good to see a freshman play really good. Kaib, 4 of 9 shooting, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block. Angela Roshak, 5 of 11 shooting, 2 of 2 from 3-point range, 9 rebounds, so just shy of a double-double. And MVNU shot 37 from the field, 33 from 3, but they were better at the line, shooting 70%. Now, the next matchup from last night, the Grace College Lady Lancers traveled to Fort Wayne to take on the University of St. Francis Lady Cougars. St. Francis victorious in this game, 72-42. So the St. Francis defense played absolutely incredible, holding the Lady Lancers to just 25% shooting from the field, 8% from 3-point range. Now, the one positive thing for the Lancers in this game, they were a perfect 8 of 8 from the free throw line for obviously 100% shooting performance. And of course for Grace, there was a bright spot. Peyton Murphy, 7 of 15 shooting for 12 rebounds, but just kind of a really, really tough game for the Lancers. Meanwhile, for the St. Francis Lady Cougars, Julia Mantila, 8 of 10 shooting, 5 rebounds, 4 blocks. Chloe McKnight, 2 of 5 shooting, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Callie Gregory, 4 of 5 shooting, 2 of 3 from beyond the arc, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. Cassie Crawford, 4 of 8 shooting, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. And Isabella Gizzi, 4 of 5 shooting, which was 3 of 4 from beyond the arc, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. And a big player off the bench for St. Francis was Abby Stoddard, who is a transfer from NCAA Division I, Butler University. 12 minutes played, 2 of 9 shooting, 8 rebounds, so really, really impressive to see that. St. Francis shot a blistering 49 from the field, 52 from 3, just 50% from the free throw line, but they only got to the line 4 times in the game compared to 8 for the Lancers. The next matchup, the Spring Arbor University Cougars traveled to the Bethel University Pilots. I mentioned a few minutes ago, Bethel was coming off of a huge upset win against the Lancers in Winona Lake last Saturday. In this matchup last night, Spring Arbor victorious 75-53. And Alana Nelson just played absolutely amazing. 8 of 10 shooting, 3 of 4 from beyond the arc, 3 rebounds. Emma Smyska did not score, but only once from the free throw line, though, so she did score. Had 6 assists, 2 steals for Spring Arbor. Spring Arbor shot 52% from the field, 33 from 3, 65 at the line. Meanwhile, for Bethel, 36 from the field and just 23 from 3. Bethel did shoot better at the line at 80%. And the next matchup, the Taylor University Lady Trojans traveled to the Huntington Lady Foresters for a Crossroads League matchup. Taylor came into the game 5-12 overall, 0-7 in the Crossroads League. Taylor was looking for their first Crossroads League win. The Huntington Lady Foresters were able to close it out down the stretch and part of a 12-0 run that included some very, very clutch shots from senior Gabby Melby, as well as Saltmore's Kendall Yoakum, Bailey Callum, and Liv Raby. And something that was achieved was Gabby Melby accumulating 1,000 career points in just 3 seasons with the Lady Foresters. She transferred from NCAA Division I, University of Tennessee Martin, and of course, how that happened was head coach Darby Maggard was an assistant coach at UT Martin at the time, and then Coach Maggard got hired to take on the full-time head coaching job at Huntington, taking over for longtime head coach after 35 years, retired from coaching, and current athletic director at Huntington, Lori Kohler. And that was how Darby was able to recruit Gabby to come to Huntington. And boy, what a difference Gabby has made with the Lady Foresters. Absolutely incredible, the amount of stats that she has put up. And it's not obviously, you look at the stats and that it's awesome to see, but the most important thing is she's going all out there and playing for the glory of Christ, and that is the most important thing that any player can do in the Crossroads League. They're not playing for themselves, they're not playing for their teammates. And obviously, players want to win games, they want to do really, really well, but the most important thing is they're glorifying the Lord, not just on the court, but also off the court as well. So amazing to see what Melby has achieved in her time as a Lady Forester, and she's not done, as she still has 10 more games, or 11 more games left, 10 more games left in conference play, and of course after Saturday, there'll only be 9 conference games left, so she'll be wrapping up her time as a Forester and as a college athlete or collegiate athlete here in about a month. But it may be longer than that, depending on where Huntington goes in the postseason, depending on what seed they are, how far they go in the league tournament. But really, really amazing to see Gabby achieve what she's been able to achieve. And so for Taylor last night, the one bright spot was Ava Henson, 5th-year senior, 9 of 19 shooting. And Quinn Kelly, even though she had an off shooting night, she did have 12 rebounds, though, so that was a great thing to see. Taylor, though, 32% shooting from the field and from 3, 75 at the line. They got to the line 8 times last night in their game against Huntington. And for Taylor, Taylor had a 6-point lead early on in the first half. Huntington was able to end the half up by 5. Huntington was able to extend their lead by as much as 8 early on in the second half. Taylor came back, and it was really back and forth until the last 6 minutes of the fourth quarter, and then Huntington went on the 12-0 run, and that was enough to seal the deal last night. But Liv Raby, what a performance last night. 8 of 9 shooting, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 11 rebounds, so a double-double for Raby. And also a double-double for Melby as well. 4 of 9 shooting, 10 assists as well. So really, really impressive to see that. And then, of course, Bailey Kellum, 4 of 12 shooting, 3 of 11 from 3, 7 rebounds. Kendall Yoakum, 3 of 11 shooting, 3 of 10 from 3. Yoakum was a perfect 2 of 2 at the free throw line, had 5 rebounds. Huntington shot 41 from the field, 28 from 3, 73 at the free throw line. And wrapping up this recap, wrapping up this recap of the last 2 games on the women's side of the Crossroads League, Goshen College Maple Leafs traveled to Marion, Indiana to take on the Indiana Wesleyan University Wildcats. Indiana Wesleyan victorious 93-57. Indiana Wesleyan now is 18-0, their best start since the 2012/2013 season when they finished 35-3. And for the Wildcats, this ties the longest win streak ever under head coach Ethan Whaley. Last season, after Indiana Wesleyan lost their second game of the year to Providence out of Montana, Indiana Wesleyan had an 18-game winning streak before losing to the Marion University Knights at home in Marion, Indiana last January. So Indiana Wesleyan trying to beat Marion, or they hope to beat Marion on Saturday for their 19th consecutive win, and that would be the most ever under head coach Ethan Whaley. So that would be absolutely amazing to see. Indiana Wesleyan potentially win 19 straight games and have the longest win streak ever under head coach Ethan Whaley. Now, a bright spot for Goshen last night was Cyan Mohammed. She was 3 of 5 shooting, had 9 rebounds, and she stands at 900. I believe it's her. I can't remember if it's her or Zion Need. That is 1 point away from 1,000. I believe it's Mohammed actually. That's 1 point away. But Zion Need had another really impressive game for the Maple Leafs last night. Had 15 points all in the first half. And senior Emmy Boots played really well in her start last night, 4 of 4 shooting. And Ava Egoff off the bench, 3 of 7 shooting, 5 rebounds. So really good to see that. And she is a freshman. So to see a freshman step up off the bench like that, really impressive. And I'm sure head coach Tyra Carver is very happy about that as well. Goshen shot really well, 46% from the field, 37 from 3, just 71 at the line, but Goshen only got to the line 7 times. Indiana Wesleyan got to the line 9 times. Indiana Wesleyan, led by Taylor Folkema, 17 points, 7 rebounds. Lily Frazier, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals. Bria Garber, 4 of 7 shooting, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Izzy Reed, 3 of 6 shooting, 2 steals, 1 rebound, and 1 assist. Jade Nutley, 5 of 7 shooting, 2 of 2 at the line, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. Off the bench, Maddie Lawrence, 3 of 7 shooting, 2 of 4 from beyond the arc, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. Tori Thompson in 4 minutes, 2 of 3 shooting, 2 of 2 from beyond the arc, 2 rebounds. Corin Grivey, 2 of 4 shooting, which was all from beyond the arc, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. And the only other scorer off the bench that I did not mention, or the last 2 off the bench, Chloe Graham in 4 minutes, 1 of 3 shooting, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds. Ellie Kelleher, the other freshman, 2 of 2 at the free throw line. And Emily Mattingly, the sophomore from Evansville, Indiana. Great to see Emily back in the lineup for the first time in about a month, actually. 3 rebounds for her, 2 assists as well, and she did make 1 shot, and that was from the field. Indiana Wesleyan, 47 from the field, 40 from 3, and a perfect 9 of 9 from the free throw line. So this was really impressive for Indiana Wesleyan, considering that on the season, as a team, they're only shooting 73% at the line. So obviously those numbers are really going to help them as well. So real quick, talking about the league standings. And again, I will be recording another video tomorrow talking about the men's side of things. There's a lot to recap from last Saturday and last night, and the updated men's top 25. So you want to stay tuned for that. I'll be recording that video tomorrow afternoon. The updated women's standings, Indiana Wesleyan remains undefeated and is currently in first, 18-0 overall, 8-0 in the Crossroads League, 18 straight wins. St. Francis is second right now at 17-1 overall, 7-1 in the Crossroads League. St. Francis has not lost a game on the road this year. Marion tied with St. Francis for the 2 seed. Marion, of course, St. Francis holding that head-to-head tiebreaker. Marion, the 3 seed. 7-1 in conference, 14-4 overall, 9-1 at home. Their only home loss coming to St. Francis last Saturday. Spring Arbor, the 4 seed, 5-3 in conference, 12-6 overall. They are a perfect 7-0 at home. They are the only other team besides Indiana Wesleyan that has not lost a game at home all season long so far. And then from 5th on down, it's really wide open. You have a 3-way tie, 5th on down. And Goshen picked 9th in preseason. They currently sit 5th via the head-to-head tiebreaker over Mount Vernon. Goshen 3-5 in conference, the 5 seed right now, 9-8 overall. They are 5-2 at home. Mount Vernon, the 6 seed right now, also at 3-5 in conference, 10-7 overall. Huntington, the 7 seed right now, 3-5 in conference, 10-8 overall. Huntington 8-3 at home this year. Their only home losses in conference so far have come to Indiana Wesleyan back on November 20th, and then Mount Vernon Nazarene was their second home conference loss back on December 4th. And then in 8th and 9th, in 8th place is the Bethel University Pilots, holding the head-to-head tiebreaker over Grace. Bethel, the 8th seed right now, 2-6 in conference, 8-9 overall. The Grace College Lancers tied for that 8th seed, but via the head-to-head tiebreaker, Grace would be out of the playoffs right now. They are 2-6 in conference, 9-9 overall. They're 5-2 at home. Their only home losses so far coming to Marion back on November 20th, and then the big upset last Saturday, losing to Bethel. And then the Taylor University Trojans are 2 games out of a playoff spot. They're 0-8 in conference, 5-13 overall. They have lost 6 straight games, and they are 1-8 on the road. So obviously there's a lot of things that can change over the next month or so, and it's going to be interesting to see just how these teams are able to not only win games, but just to see where everybody finishes. It's going to be really, really interesting to see that and how everything plays out over the next month. So I'm excited about seeing where everything plays out. And don't forget, I will be uploading a men's video coming up tomorrow, recapping the last 2 weeks of the last 2 games of the Crossroads League. There's a lot to talk about there as well tomorrow. And again, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for watching this video, and have a great weekend.